Once again, ready to start another chapter in the journey of four kobolds. One second, switching. You think I would have come up with a more convenient solution to the switching? I would have gotten a second mouse by now, but no. I continue to make things more inconvenient for myself. Anyway, enough of me complaining. Are you all ready to begin some D&D?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, perfect. Then in that case, let us get right into it then. Last time, for the kobolds, at the request of four psychically sensitive individuals from Lonelywood, you all ventured southward to the spine of the world in search of the source of an unknown mental signal that had been affecting them and Savage for the past few weeks. In your journey to this location, you came upon a very curious individual in that of a wandering werebear who has seemingly taken up your party on the offer to join them and show them the location of where the signal might be. And along the way, good old dear Meepo removed some sort of barrier, some sort of mental barrier in good old Sinar, which caused him to remember certain things about his past life, and to plead with Savage to go back to the Lonely Wood to, as he put it, save his sister. And so Sinar departed from your party for now. But as you all wandered towards the spine of the world, you came across a very curious owl who had the power of speech, like many other animals that have been similarly awakened in the Dale. And while they left you, they are still, you imagine, tailing you in some strange fashion. But while that happened, and through many different trials and tribulations, through blizzards and whatnot, you eventually came upon the signal source. A strange alien machine. Part mechanical, part biological, in the shape of a nautilus. And so you ventured into this strange contraption. And what awaited you were several alien, misshapen things. Some more harmless than others. But you dispatched them quickly. And it was here that Savage met a duo of illithids who had tortured him and taken him from his home world and brought him here. In revenge, he killed his captors along with the party. But not before the two illithids activated some device attached to the core of the ship, sending it and activating it to explode. And while most of the loot was lost in the ship, all of you managed to acquire a couple different items. But as you left the nautiloid, it exploded in a magnificent and terrifying flash of light, to which only lays a 60-foot radius hole smoking. And in the quiet air, only the sound of birds crowing above you. Silence is deafening as the birds fly away. And so we return to all of you still wobbly kneed from the concussive explosion. Thankfully, not being in the blast radius, but still, the force of such a thing is not easy to walk away from. So, as you all compose yourselves, your werebear guide walks up to you and kind of scratches her underneath her chin.
Well, that is certainly something that I would not have expected to happen. But I believe a deal is a deal. You were in there for far less than an hour, and I believe you, whatever was in there is now suitably dead, so I will honor my part of my wager.
And she will hand you the fishing rod. It is, by all accounts, a normal-looking fishing rod, but it's made of a very nice, fine oak. The one thing that is extremely noticeable about this fishing rod, though, is the brilliant, shining golden bow that is tied around the hook, which appears to be made of a simple iron. So, what do you all say and do?
Well, first off, nobody expects the kobolds in a trench coat.
Did you say something? I have a ringing in my ears.
Well,
He kind of looks around, kind of sniffs the air.
doesn't seem to be anything.
And kind of like looks over towards the smoking crater that now that now is where the Nautiloid stood.
Well, at the very least, I can thank you for ridding the Dale of this abomination. But I fear now I must leave you. I have completed my task of leading you to the source of that strange signal. But do not despair. I feel like we shall meet again. Oh, before I go, however,
She walks over to you, Hawks, and she takes a paw, and at this point she has shifted back into her hybrid form. She reaches down to her satchel and takes out a bear totem and hands it to you.
What's this for?
There are many wandering Goliaths around the Dale, but there are two tribes that make their home in the Dale in particular. Those at Wormcrag and, I wander so much I forget the others, but these two main tribes are at odds. Should you come across them, show this to them. They will be more welcoming, shall we say.
She gives you one of the bear eyes winks at you.
Ah, all right. Well, thank you.
You say they're at odds? Is there any particular reason?
Who can say? The nature of my people is rooted in that of competition. I myself have been wandering for some time, so I do not know all of the troublings of the tribes. But if I were to wager a guess, I would say it would have to do with perhaps a soured competition. Perhaps one blames the other for something. Perhaps cheating, perhaps something else. Something like that perhaps would cause such a thing, but I do not know for certain. All I know is that them being at odds has made the Dale more unsafe than it needs to be, and it is already quite unsafe.
As I always say, peace is better than not peace.
You and I think alike, young kobold. She kind of walks over and kind of like takes a big paw and just not forcefully, but because of the strength of her paw and the weight of it, you kind of sink down in the snow a little bit as she pats your head. I'm glad to have known you. All four of you. Aww. And that one. Though there is a bloodlust in that one that I have never seen in a creature before. You should see to that. Find a way to calm her down. No good will come of that, I can assure you. Kind of gives a side glance towards Muerte. But regardless, I will make my way now. Fair travels to you. All of you.
And Eldath be with you in your travels.
She goes to turn away and kind of turns her head towards you, Savage, giving you a look. There's a wry bear grin and a bit of a smirk as the werebear kind of chuckles to herself and hunkers down back on all fours, turning back into her polar bear form, and gives a and then starts trudging along. And eventually you lose sight of her in the forest and in the mountains. And she is no longer within sight. So, kobolds. What is your next move?
Wherever we're going next, we ought to let Snar where we end up, so that he doesn't come down this way.
We'd be heading back towards Lonelywood then?
Bean
Perhaps we could help him.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Bean pipes up.
Also, we do need to go back and check on the people who were having the voices in their heads and stuff.
True.
Yeah, that was also in Lonelywood, so really it's a 2-for-1 deal. I don't know the concept of a 2-for-1 deal, but somehow I think I do.
Second, I need to be right back.
It's pretty self-explanatory if you ask me.
Yeah, two birds with one stone. Ravison didn't like that one. You know, Druid kind of shrugs his branches.
That's all right.
How about 2 berries from 1 bush?
Hey, he kind of snaps his branches and gives you a berry. But in any case, we should probably move on. F's out in chat. Alright. Okay. There we go. Should be live again. Alright, I don't know exactly... Huh?
Yep, it just popped up again.
Okay. There we go. I don't know why that happened, but okay. This time I'll just have to keep an eye on it. And if worst comes to worst, I might just stop the stream and just record it and then put it up on YouTube. So I can have an archive of it at least. Well, yeah, so I don't know where it stopped, so I'll just have to
Recount.
recap. So, party decided to go to Duggan's Hole. Found basically no one, as it is a very deserted and isolated town. It is also in the middle of the night. And currently, Skanuk decided to prank some poor soul's latch with the, let me scroll that back, with the phrase, "Your mother's so fat no ice could hold her." Yes, very strong, very solid, very good. Alright, so that should bring it up to speed then.
I say we set up camp north of town.
for me.
Alright, so, in that case, you set up camp outside of town. Alrighty. As you set up your camp, Savage, as you drift off into sleep, you're kind of in this weird state between being awake and deep in a dream. That itching sensation you felt before, it comes back, and your sleep is restless. And what's more, in your dreams, in this weird state, you feel like there's this light that is shining in your eyes. This blinding, pale, bluish white light. And it's strange. You can almost... It's almost like it was right beside you, and yet far away. And then you kind of shake it off. But now you're wide awake again, kind of sitting with the others as you watch over their sleeping forms, kind of trying to piece it together. That itching sensation remains on your back. It's not painful, it's just irritating. And as you're sitting there, now wide awake, you realize something. That light that you saw, it wasn't a dream. There are three of these pale blue lights. In the tent, you see them through the tarp. That is how bright these lights are. Clearly not sunlight. Too bright to be torchlight. And outside the tent, you hear Muerte stir. Oh. And you hear Muerte hiss. Something is wrong. Something is very wrong.
Oh shit.
Huh?
I stir everyone.
What do you say? What did you say, Caleb? I'm sorry.
I said I stir everyone awake.
And you do so.
So we have not shed that level of fatigue then.
You have not, unfortunately.
Oh. Guess it's go time.
Alright, so I'm going to put you onto a map. It should be a very familiar map. However, it is a nighttime version of it. It's a similar map that's in Lonelywood. However, it's a nighttime, so just ignore that there are lights, because there's in fact no lighting currently. So just give me a quick second. I will make some adjustments on the fly. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 moment. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-bum. you all are close together. So for the purpose of this, you're just basically right outside the town. You're basically very close to some buildings. Okay, I'm gonna bring it over to this map. And I am going to adjust where the camera is. Alright, so you all... adjust that on the stream. There we go. Sorry, a lot of adjustments and minute things.
So advantage on the checks. Oh, so all of those ability checks should have been disadvantage.
It's,
Oh, there's only two. There's only two.
it's fine, it's fine. Don't worry
Wait,
too much
which
about
ability checks?
it. Other ones that you made, for...
Yeah, my insight and investigation.
It's fine, it's fine.
Alright.
We'll handle it, it's fine. But for this combat, it'll matter more.
Yeah.
So, now I get to show you what you actually see. If I can find the tokens for them. And a change of music will be warranted. Indeed. What you see before you, as you remove the flaps of the tent, are three humanoid figures, at least at first glance. They're wearing ragged and torn clothes and furs. One seems to be wearing the heraldry of Lonelywood, a simple green. One seems to be wearing the heraldry of Duggan's Hole, actually, that of a monolith in a lake with two trouts. And one wearing no heraldry whatsoever, just a simple beggar's robe. But all three of them wearing hooded cloaks. And instead of faces, a glaring, blinding light emanating from each as they stagger with purpose. You feel the mark on your back, Savage, flare up again. It seems the Frostmaiden's curse is not yet through with you. And so, we'll roll initiative.
With disadvantage on that, right?
No.
Oh no. Apparently,
Yes, we do.
The consequences of my action.
That's all I needed to.
For some reason, it didn't roll disadvantage, even though I had it set to disadvantage.
It's because
So
initiative doesn't like disadvantage.
correct. So
Yes,
why don't
I
we just
hover.
okay, well, 15 is apparently it either way.
yeah, so let me fix that. You got that?
And I did go in and change mine to be at disadvantage because we have to go into this different menu to do it. But I did do it.
So remember, it's just ability checks, so not attack rolls.
That's not the worst thing.
Yeah, not the worst thing ever, but still annoying. Alright, so let me double
Grappling
check
is
this.
probably not a smart idea.
Thankfully, their dexterity is not very high.
Is it ever a smart idea?
Okay.
I would not have my shield on to start this combat, because that takes an action to put on.
Correct.
Well, I guess I wouldn't either.
Alright, and obviously, can't forget Merte, our girl. Muerte, no. Oh wait, that's a disadvantage because she's also exhausted.
Muerte, no!
Muerte, no. And Bean is just there.
As always.
I'm gonna say, for the purposes of this, he's just hiding in the tent. Give me 1 second though. I'm going to turn the light on because it is really hard to see even with just my lamplight. 1 second.
Mood lighting.
Ouch! I'm always hitting something, like moving across this thing. Always hitting something, always bumping into something. Okay, so. Despite the disadvantage, most of you made that out okay. So, Hawks Hagnar, it is your turn first.
Alright, I'm gonna say forget the shield for this combat, because I think I'm gonna be focused on trying to take them down as quickly as possible. First things first, my bonus action for this turn is going to be,
I'm gonna move the.
because I'm not healed up from the last combat, I'm just gonna use my second wind right off the bat. Because,
You know? Makes sense.
10 more hit points.
Alright.
Sure. I will draw one of the Bloodfang javelins because they are magical and these things seem spooky.
Fair enough.
And I'm going to advance on here and go after the middle one with them.
Very well.
And 8 and a 19 for my 2 attacks.
Alrighty, so so the 8 will miss, however the 19 will hit.
Poke.
Alrighty, so let's see here. Give it a Constitution save. Let me see here. That is a 17, so we'll pass the save. As you poke at it with the spear, and as the ice starts to build up around its form, it flexes its arms, and the ice around it shatters. With no effect. And you notice
Does it at
as
least
well
seem
the
to
cold.
take damage?
The cold as well, it seems, does nothing. Only the piercing seems to go through.
You might want to back up a bit. I've got a plan. Or I can move around, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, once I've gotten in, it's
Yeah.
a little more difficult to back up. So yeah, that'll be that.
Alrighty. In that case, it'll be Skanuk's turn. What you doing, buddy?
Well, I didn't get my spell slots back, did I?
You
Nope.
unfortunately did
I
not.
think we didn't take a long rest. We are fools. We are fools. I did use my cannon, though. Okay, so I'm going to expend a spell slot to create a cannon.
Okay.
But I'm going to do it in a moment, but that is something I'm going to do. I just need to position correctly and be here. That the cannon can be here.
Alright.
It's going to be a flame cannon,
Mm-hmm.
and in that position, would it be able to roast all 3 of them without roasting hawks?
Without roasting hawks might be a bit of a tall order, but let me see what I can do for you with a
I mean,
template.
it can move a bit over if it needs to.
Let me see here. I'm looking for cones.
Just
Oh, you got it. Okay, you got it
cone.
already.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. With that, okay, yes. In that case, definitely yes.
I mean, it might also be better to move it here and then have it be like that sort of cone, because then Morte can get in if she wants to. If she wants to. Yes.
Honestly, it's probably safer if you're in the other position, because It's a little finicky, but if you do go there, yeah, there you go. There is fine. All right, so let me roll saves for all of them.
Yep.
All right, so you just move it out of the way so I can actually access their stats. 1 second.
Sure.
Ah, yes, that's right. They have a modifier of zip 0. That's 10, 15, and an 8. From top to bottom.
Flamethrower cannon is a spell save DC, which is 15, so one of them makes it.
Okay, the other two fail, so go ahead and roll that damage.
8.
8 points of damage. Okay. Excellent.
Yep, and then good luck is going to back the fuck up,
A smart decision.
as Skiduk does. Let's see, he would have been there first. So, okay, it's 20. There we go.
Okey dokey. Let me adjust. That one's -4. Okay, I already did that one. Alright, so let me make a separate adjustment so you can see what's going on. That is how much damage you have been doing. You've been doing decent damage, however, seems that they are very hardy and sturdy creatures. For every blow that you make and every fire that you burn against them, they trudge forward, hands outstretched for you, as if to strangle you. But there you have it. That is your turn. Savage.
So, as I had woken up and left the tent, I also left my sword. So I'm gonna rage and I'm gonna use my claws this time around.
Okay. Turn on the music a little bit. Alright. Claws.
And then I'm also going to recklessly attack. So I'm going to move 10 feet over to this first one here, and I'm going to make 3 attacks.
Okie dokie. Roll them dice. Okay, a 14 will actually hit. Alright, 9 points of bludgeoning. Okay, 17 will hit, definitely. For 7 more. 22 obviously will hit for 10 points. A terrible and tremendous set of blows, which does seem to temporarily halt the creature in its tracks. As your claws dig into its chest, it actually bends backward with each individual blow, but then you hear the cracking of bone as it snaps back forward, and the burning white light turns towards you, nearly blinding you as it looks upon you.
Quick question.
Yes.
You said they were each wearing like different sort of like town heraldry, right?
Yes.
Are those the 3 towns that have been doing human sacrifices?
These ones, it seems... No, actually. Not the only one that is not with the heraldry, because, you know, Lonelywood is, I believe, food, and Duggan's Hole is warmth. So these do not appear to be people who have been sacrificed, it seems. Maybe people... I mean, obviously, you can make assumptions, maybe people who have gotten lost in the tundra, but from your initial assumption, it does not seem to be people who are sacrificed, you think. The third one has no visible markings, so it's possible for the third one, because they're not wearing anything. It seems to be wearing like a beggar's robe and hood. It's
but
possible.
It's clearly not. It's clearly not only people who have been sacrificed, if it is anyone.
as far as you can assume.
Okay.
All right, Savage.
My turn is ended.
Very well. And so begins the Cold Light Walker's turns. Let me see. I get some fun things to do here. You're all within range, so they can't use that other thing, but they can do this. Yeah. For their bonus actions, the lights upon their faces grow brighter and brighter, shooting out into a radius of 20 feet of pure, bright light. I need... Let me double check here. Who's within range? Meepo is just within range. Skanuk is out of this range. So... I need Hawks, Savage, and Meepo all to make Constitution saving throws for me. Wow. Wow. Okay.
That's nothing compared to the light of Eldath.
you kind of think back on it. Think back on the explosion. No, yeah, you're right. That's nothing compared to this. Right, that's nothing compared to that. As the light nearly blinds you, you shield your eyes just in time, and you are unaffected. However, that was merely their bonus action, as they still have their actions. So, two of them are going to strike you twice, Savage, and then one is going to attack you, Hawks. So let's do Savage first. For the first one, 22 to hit you for the first attack.
That does hit.
Alright, and the second attack of the first one, a 12.
That will miss.
Okay, and then the second one, for the first attack, 18.
That hits.
Alright, and then the last attack, a 22.
That also hits.
Alright, so that is 1, 2, 3 attacks that went through. Okay. Let's roll up some diggity damage. So with the first attack, that would be... You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and you raged, correct?
Correct.
Okay, good to know. It's 14 points reduced down to 7, and you also take 11 points of cold damage. Second attack, you take 12 reduced down to 6 points of bludgeoning damage, plus 21 points of cold damage. Are you still up? Alright. And the last one. $13 points reduced to 6 plus 10 points of cold damage.
I'm down.
These creatures show no mercy as they bear down upon you, as they go forth to strangle you, Savage. So, that is their turn against you. The one is still going to attack Hawks. Savage, roll a 1d20 for me for lingering wounds. A 19. I believe this is actually quite good. Where they struck you, there is a handprint of black upon your neck. So go ahead and write that down somewhere, that you have a black handprint on your neck. And that still leaves us with you, Hawks. Just 2 attacks, normal. got 23 and a natural 1.
23 will hit.
Alright, so you will take 10 points of bludgeoning damage and 15 points of cold damage.
Okay. And actually,
Yes.
alright, are they doing anything else?
Nope, that is all they can do.
Alright, so at the end of their turn, I'm going to activate the stone rune on this bottom one, and so he'll need to make a wisdom saving throw unless he's immune to charm.
Let me check. Double checking. Unfortunately, he is in fact immune to charmed. Unfortunately.
Okay, well,
A good thought. It seems they're led by some sort of will beyond that of the norm.
well, it was worth a try.
It was a worthy endeavor. That is their turn. It is now Muerte's turn. As she sees her mentor, her friend, downed so quickly, she flies into a frenzy.
Everywhere.
Oh shit, it's that girl. What up? She actually got a increase to her hit bonus. I'm not using psychic rules for her technically, but she is getting buffed. So, she's going to make a beak attack against the one that, the top one right there. Ah, no.
Okay.
Wait. No. She has blood frenzy.
He does.
Ah, misses by 1. Damn it. Their AC is 13.
Okay, my girl.
Ah. It seems that she cannot get past there. Every time that she tries to get in, the light blinds her eyes just a little bit too much, and she falters. Mipo Molo.
Well, this is a fine pickle we find ourselves in. I'm gonna have to do this stepwise. Speaking of the light of Eldath, Beacon of Hope.
Beacon of
Begin to
Hope.
glow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it on all of my allies.
Okay.
And then it's an action. Do I have any bonus action abilities that I can do? No, all my abilities are actions, so I will just move over to here, I guess. And that's my turn.
Okay. Very good.
So everybody has Beacon of Hope on them.
All right. Hawks, Hagnar, what do you do?
Alright, well, this is a fine kettle of fish.
I don't think I've heard that term before.
You've not?
No. It's funny, though.
I
I
thought
like
it was
it.
pretty common.
I don't know if I messed up noting this down, but I think I might actually have my action surge still.
I don't remember you using it last time.
Yeah, I don't think I actually used it in the ship.
Did you?
So?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if you did either. So you know what? For the purposes of this, I'm going to say that you have it.
Well, if our rest was enough to give us a short rest, then I probably would have had it back either way. So,
Fair enough. So you know what? There you go.
I am going to start by Draconic Roaring, using one of my
Nice.
uses of the roar.
Nice.
That'll get all 3 of them. And then I am going to action surge. I am going to switch from my javelin to the battle axe that I have, since the extra cold didn't seem to do anything.
Smart.
And I am going to start by making an attack against this upper one. I will make 2 attacks with advantage because of the roar, and then I'll see after that what my second action will be.
Okay.
So, that's an interesting roll.
20 though. That'll hit.
Alright, 8 points of slashing.
Alright, and I assume this was against the top one?
Yep.
Alright. 8 points of damage
And
dealt.
I will do that again. I will attack the same one again.
Okay, nice. 13?
22
Just
and a
hits.
13. Okay. So 5 slashing and 4 slashing. So 9 more points of slashing.
Okay. 2 decisive blows, one against the shoulder, one against the lower thigh. As you dig into the creature, it continues forward. And as it turns its attention from Savage to you, you feel the cold light of an otherworldly force on your face. Is that your
Alright,
turn?
well, that is my turn. Yep.
Okay. Skinnock, my boy.
Right. Are these creatures like floating or standing?
They are standing.
Okay. We have a lot of ways to get the advantage, so grease it is.
Okay.
I assume I can't do like this bullshit, but I can
Not
hit
quite.
2 of them.
Oh, yes, you can do that. Alright, so let's see. It's a deck save when it starts, right? Like when you first cast it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I should like get the 2 that can hit Savage who is down, or if I should get the 2 that are most healthy so that we can focus down the one that's up still.
Okay, let me roll their saves first.
Whichever way you choose, do remember that he's already done his Draconic Roar.
Okay, so one whoop, falls face first in the snow. The middle one, however, is fine.
Okay.
So, yomp.
Yeah.
I like turning the
Okay, yeah.
tokens on the side. I think it's kind of funny.
It's me. It's me. Okay. So with that action, my last spell slot gone. Can I still pull off the cannon fire trick? I feel like that's fine, right?
Yeah, that still works.
Only Grease caught fire.
If only. I wish it did. I wish that was part of the
it
spell.
used to. Yeah,
Okay.
in like
Cool.
2E maybe even 4.
Yeah, who knows why they removed it? Honestly, what I would do is I would make maybe a slightly higher level, maybe a second level, where it caught fire. So that's what I do.
Like when you
I
cast
mean-
this at a higher level.
Yeah,
Web actually does.
Yeah.
that's
So
true.
I guess that's kind of grease.
That's
It's
fair.
kind of old.
That kind of works. All right, so deck saves. Here we go.
Yeah. Actually, I'll just
That's a
go.
fail.
So,
That's a pass, and that's a fail. Wow, it's the same ones that passed too. That middle one, man,
Terminator.
Terminator. Yeah, exactly. Ooh.
maximum damage.
Good. As it ought to be.
Excellent. Excellent. Oof.
Bernie.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of like an Arnold quote since you just mentioned Terminator, but I can't think of one off the cuff for some reason.
Get to the chopper. It has nothing to do with it, but it's a quote.
Maybe you should
I'll
cool,
see you in hell.
maybe you should cool down. You're a little hot right now.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Just do Mr. Freeze. Everything.
Stay cool, Batman.
I was gonna say, Get to the Chopper applies to our last non-Kobold game.
That's true, it does.
Yes.
All right. So damage has been dealt. Now the one on top is looking very worse for wear. Savage, I need you to make a death saving throw for me, buddy.
With advantage.
With advantage, yes. Because a beacon of hope. Excellent. Are still within the mortal coil for now.
Raise Eldath.
Which brings us to these boils.
Advantageously praise Eldath.
This one gets back up using half his movement, which does make his trundling over this way a little bit more difficult. So he can only move 15 feet this way, but that gets him within Meepo range. But that does give you an attack of opportunity, Hawks.
That's
Not using my reaction.
Okay, you're saving your reaction. Good to know.
Yep.
Hey,
yes.
Meepo. 2 attacks, but actually, hold on. Actually, no, never mind. Too late. 21 hits you.
Yep.
Right.
Alright, that doesn't hit Meepo.
Okay. Who does it hit?
It will hit the topmost creature. Let me pull up the
Yes.
Yes.
Cloud Rune.
Cloud Rune. I expected this.
This is great because this gives me time for other things too. Meepo's like, ah, just getting ready to grovel cower and beg.
Indeed, and as that happens,
And it doesn't hit.
as its limbs outstretched to strangle you by your throat, the cloud goes by. And instead, Hawks, you see the one next to you, the topmost one. An arm reaches and grabs the creature by the throat through the cloud.
Wow.
And while it
I
doesn't,
like that.
while it doesn't kill it, it very nearly does as you hear a sickening crack.
And they were immune to cold, not resistant, right?
They are immune, yes.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Still, that was a lot of damage for a redirect.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Anyway,
Anyway,
go Angry Bird.
indeed.
Oh,
There
that's all I'm going to say.
Yes, there is something else that it can do, though.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. It doesn't like you or Savage doing those things, or no, or Skinnock doing those things. So I'm gonna roll something. Okay, Meepo and Hawks, I need you to make Constitution saving throws. Ah, you just pass. All right. Once again, you're not blinded by them.
I'm glowing already.
I was about to say, I don't know that that really matters all that much for Hawks anyway.
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on.
Uh,
Actually, hold on. I misread. It's actually DC 14, but that doesn't matter because you have blind
Your
fighting.
Hawks. Hagnar. And you have
Yeah,
blind
Hawks
sight.
blinks a couple of times with a flash of light and just pulls the bandana over his eyes.
Here we go.
Yep. This is fine too.
You see, it's coming through after all. Do you see? Best ability. However, that does mean the other two are going to take swings at you, Hawks.
Alright.
All right, so the topmost one, 2 attacks. Hold on, it's not the damage roll. Thank you. A 13 and a 24.
The 24 will hit me.
Okay,
Not much I can do about that.
so you'll take 14 points. Plus.
I'm probably down.
13 points of
Yep.
cold damage.
Okay, Hawks is down then.
All right, this one then will go over. Let's see here. Actually, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna go over. Oh wait, no, hold on. Grease, 5. Actually, he'd only get to there.
This was the wrong pick. I should have gone for Fairy Fire. Oh, no, because Fairy. Okay. It's not.
All right, so you know what? Yep. Very sorry, Meepo.
Misses.
That does miss.
That hits.
That will hit. So you will take.
Praise Eldath. 19.
You live.
I do live. When did I last cast Aid? Probably more than 8 hours ago, right? When were we?
I think
Actually,
you cast it right
before-
before we went into the
Right.
So actually, you would
Then-
still have those 5 extra hit points, actually.
Oh, good. So then the first hit doesn't even take out my aid, and then 14 carries over, so I have just about half health.
Good, very good. So, Marte's turn.
Kill that thing.
I believe she might, because it's sitting at 1 HP. If she better hit, that's all
She
I'm
has
saying.
advantage to hit it.
Yeah.
There we go. That's our girl.
Kill it.
It is
Peck,
dead.
peck, peck.
Blood and feathers everywhere.
Boom, boom, just right into the ground.
It's still going until it gets back to Morte's turn. That thing is still being pecked.
Mm-hmm. Meepo.
Meepo is going to save both of them in one fell swoop.
Ooh.
With at least just this spell. Bonus
Where's
action.
Meepo?
Hmm.
And it's full healing for both of them. So it is 4 plus my spellcasting modifier? Yeah. So
Yes, it should be.
5, so 9 healing to both of you.
Excellent.
And then I am going to use, I suppose, the best possible time to use the Balm of Peace. And I'm just going to walk away and not get hit.
Very smart.
And heal both of those for full health. So 12, 17 to both of you.
Oh, nice.
And I think I also get the 17.
Peace clerics.
No, I don't think it counts to me because it's moving within the area. Any other creature, yeah. So I've healed both of them, and that's 5, 10, 15, 20, just in case Muerta needs it.
Fair enough.
She would get 17.
She gives you the side eye, believes you be. As she continues pecking this creature into the dust and snow.
May Eldath be merciful to you.
Hawks,
Yep.
you're feeling pretty good. You're prone on the ground, but, you know, pretty good.
Alright, well, I am going to stand upright. That's half my movement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to invoke my giant might. Or, no.
No? Alright.
No, even that little bit of extra damage, I think it would make more sense to move here and roar again.
Okay.
Just refresh the roar.
Fair enough. Bump it up.
Refreshing.
Hop between them, roar in their faces, try and make sure that they know that they're not going to approach Skanuk at the moment. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. You got me once. You're not going to get me again.
The creature only
Even though
silently
Even though I am blinded, I see them, and I bop them with a battle axe. I will go for the one that is on the left, the more injured one.
Alright. Ooh, yes to both of those.
Alright, so 15 slashing.
Minus 15, a decisive blow against both of its shins.
You better back off, buddy.
Alrighty, is that your turn?
That is. I've used all of my resources.
Alright, Skanuk.
Alright. Step 1 is to have the thingy clank along this way. Guess be
Put your junk, put your junk,
Yeah.
put your junk.
and set them on fire.
Very good.
I suppose. I guess like here probably makes more sense.
Fire
or-
away.
That's about right.
Either one.
I know
Either
what
those
you're trying to do. Alright, so dex saves, here we go. 16 and well, okay, so they both passed, but they still take half.
Yep. That flamethrower.
Oh,
I'm paying
unfortunate.
for that max damage now.
I mean, to be fair, it was a really cool max damage moment.
Mhm.
Alright, still damage is damage.
And Skunk is going to run away.
As he does.
Up here. And open fire with firebolt on the one next to the flamethrower.
Alrighty.
And advantage to hit, because, you
Yep.
know.
Mm-hmm. And so I pulled out my gun. You hit him.
And I started blasting.
You start blasting for 9 damage.
Ooh, actually, we would have an extra D8
Oh, right.
because arcane firearm.
Indeed. You
So another 5 damage.
Indeed.
Like fish in a kettle.
And as the fire hits him square in the face, there's a second for like, huh, did it go through that? Little extra little mini explosion. Looking pretty hurt right now.
It's like gives his gun like a wary look at that one, like, might need to tinker with that.
I think it's working just fine.
Right. That is my turn.
Okily dokily. Savage, you are prone, but you are back in the fight.
And with 20 feet of movement still left after standing up, I'm going to rage once more, still using claws.
Very good.
I'm going to make a couple attacks on this guy.
Alright. $21 will hit for 9 points. Decisive blow. A 23 will also hit for 10 damage. Nice, nice. Oh, almost.
And one more.
15. Go ahead and roll.
They really should.
9. All right. As you claw after claw into this creature's gut, no entrails or anything comes out. No blood. All that comes out is just snow and bone. As the creature crumples to the ground and the light fades from the face.
I'm sorry, but the crawl speed and stuff, that's like, yes, I'm on the primal path of the scorpion or the centipede. Let me just like crawl along the ground with my hands up.
Let me just skitter right in.
Aggressively
I'm just
towards
imagining,
my
like-
enemy, slide across the ground.
I'm just imagining like down on all fours rushing at them, and then like swinging with their hands.
And you can get the tail and like stab them.
So what I'm hearing is Totem Barbarian Scorpion.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Actually,
Praise Volcor.
So I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to move up towards Meepo.
Alright, fair enough.
Here's the thing: if you don't want to move up towards me, if I get my emboldening bond off, you guys don't have to worry about where you are in terms of where.
I don't care about that. I want to get away from the guy so that he doesn't try to make an attack on me.
Right.
Smart move.
Don't you have 28 health?
26, but yeah. He still took me from 58 to 0 in a single turn.
To be fair,
I
that was
realize
2 of them,
how
but
much you
still. They are very strong. They are no joke.
That was 2 of them, but now I have half the hit points.
You do.
That's true.
Good old Meepo. So, now it comes back to their turn. Or the single remaining one's turn. Still fresh with vigor of this strange unearthly light, it reaches out its hands to strangle you, Hawks. First attack is going to be... Why am I rolling so hot? 24?
Yep.
Let me roll damage first. You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage and 17 points of cold damage. I am so sorry, you are down again.
Yep.
The creature stumbles its way this way and needs you to make... actually... No, yeah, I'm gonna need you to make another con save, Savage. As the light flashes against you again. Excellent. Excellent.
Just staring it down.
It's like
Moves his eye patch to his one good eye for a second and walks the flash.
For a moment, it's like staring into the sun, but you haven't seen the sun in a long while. You don't fear the sun. But with the 21 to hit, though, you might fear that. 4.
Halved.
13 reduced to half for 6. And then you take 18 points of cold damage.
24. You had 26, right?
Yeah, so I'm at 2.
Still up.
Alright?
Holy cow, these things are evil.
They are very evil. So, it moves there, and then its turn ends there. However, we have a beacon of hope. Muerte. As this creature that she has been pummeling is reduced to nothing more than snow. She pushes it out of the way and shoves her way forward. Which will hit him. For max
Beak of hope.
damage. Beak of hope. She will max damage on that. She has had enough. Muerte, muerte. Beepo.
I have had enough of you. I see no reason to let such a being as you exist in this peaceful world, and I call Eldath's fury upon you.
Ooh, stern words.
Okay. Okay. So it is higher CR than 1/2. However, still needs to make the wisdom save.
I would hope it is.
Well, clearly, but you know.
Can you?
You know how sometimes the CR system is a little wonky. You've seen it.
I know, but like, can you imagine sticking 2 of these on a level 1 party?
No. That would be death. Like even without the cold damage, that's still awful.
That would be a massacre.
It would be.
Do they have ranged options?
That's a natural 1. As the
Level
light,
1 Eric Rocker could win.
As the light turns upon you, Meepo, you bring forth your holy symbol of Eldath, and it brings forth its own light to match with the creature's. And as such, the light in its face dims slightly, and its body language backs up slightly. It is afraid.
It's afraid!
Alright, Meepo.
You aren't wrong.
You have successfully turned the creature. What do you do next?
That was an action. Bonus actions. I don't think I have any bonus actions left. Let me double check my spells.
Okay.
Oh, I have a healing word.
Healing word. Alright.
And I'm going to
still
heal,
Beacon of Hope.
I'll heal Hawks.
Alright.
Because
Oh,
Hawks
it's
is
9
down, right?
points.
Hawks, you need to roll a d20. I should have done lingering injuries on you. But however, you only get to roll 1 because we're not doing the multiples. A 7.
7.
Internal injury. Whenever you
But
attempt-
I've received magical healing since then, so.
That's true. So by then it would have been fine. So you're okay. You just hear a faint popping in your rib air cage area.
Man. It's amazing how often the light of Eldath fixes broken ribs.
The more you heal...
It's hard to have a peaceful life with a broken rib
Huh.
or a punctured lung.
Alright, Skinnock. It's your
Well-
time to shine. Oh, wait, hold on.
I would still get my turn.
You would. It's
Yeah,
alright.
because you got healed.
It's alright. Hawks. I think I skipped Meebo's turn, and then I was on your turn, and then again, that's what happened. Sorry,
Anyway.
buddy.
We're good.
Alright, Hawks will stand upright and get behind it, and the roar should still be in effect.
Should be, yeah.
I'm going to activate my Giant Smite and go big.
Big.
And I think my intent would be to more... Yeah, that works. Yeah. And I will now... Yeah, Eldath pulls us through a lot of things.
Seriously.
Oh,
Our
that carries
God
her.
is an awesome
Wop.
God.
And Bop.
Alright, both hit.
Alright, and I get a d6 to add to one of them.
Okay, minus 12. Max, man, a lot of max damage rolls going on around here. It's pretty nice.
The number of the beast.
Oh boy. Alright, looking pretty hurt. Is that your turn, Hawks?
Yep.
Alright. Skinook.
First step is for some maneuvering of the cannon to like scurry in here. And I know he can't stop here, but he can stand here. It's kind of like shoves into Morte's space a bit
Huh.
and tries to breathe fire in a way that doesn't cook the entire party.
Okay, yeah, I think that would actually work because it's one square there, and then it would kind of. It's kind of weird at these kinds of angles, but it can kind of work. So yeah, we're good. All right, so that's a 3. That is a failure.
So he would take 8 damage. I don't think the Arcane Firearm would apply for this.
Right, because I think it's specifically spells from you. That's where that counts.
Yes.
However, 8 points of fire damage is nothing to sneeze at, as it takes that.
Okay. He's going to shuffle down this way. 1 square.
Alrighty. Is that your turn?
That's his movement. I still get to shoot.
You do. Shoot him.
Yes.
Get him. Get him.
And I have advantage because so many people are around there.
Mm-hmm. Bang. Oh my
He
god.
takes,
Wow.
Smokes.
he takes 23 fire damage.
Wowie, wow, wow, wow. Ow, that hurts.
That was the problem. Hang on, let me just... Oh, yes, I got it fixed.
It's
He's
cloak...
packing tactics here.
Its cloak erupts in flames.
Get it.
The dread pirate Roberts.
Savage. You return from the dead again.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna die this turn.
We die a lot. Does that bother anyone else?
Yes,
Okay,
it
that
does.
was 18 will hit, though.
I'm going to have a word with this
23 will also hit. Eight
Frost
points.
Maiden.
Okay.
She's causing a lot of trouble here.
How would you like to kill the creature, Savage?
Evisceration.
Alright.
Shreds.
The first claw, well, it misses. The second claw goes in for the legs, chops both legs clean off with a single swing. As the torso careens to the ground, only the head and torso remain as its arms reach up, trying to grab at you, grasping onto your furs and your cloak, trying to pull you down. You simply look down and slash its head clean off as it falls to the ground. The light from its cloaked head fades, leaving nothing to remain. And combat has come to its end.
You know, I have to say, I don't mind taking a few blows for people I care about and trust. I'd be a little bit annoyed if you were asking me to jump in the way of things and get knocked out this much. I would actually be very, very upset with that. But you know, on my own volition, not so much. Besides, the light of Eldath is here to help us, right?
Amen.
As you exclaim that, Hawks, the itching on your back, Savage, fades. Feels fairly comfortable now.
Now we can go to sleep.
And again, amen.
All right.
This.
This
sucks.
battle would not have been possible without the level up.
Little measure of your abilities. All right. And you all thump, fall into a deep sleep, tired and exhausted from the day. And now it becomes day, or as much day as it can in this frigid tundra.
And we've long rested now.
You have now long rested and reduced, and you have
Okay.
now no longer have any points of exhaustion.
I get my channel divinities back.
Oh my!
I get all of
Goodness,
those
I
spell
have-
slots back.
So many resources to manage.
I'm really
have
glad
the
that
power.
I didn't use very many spells against the Illithids because I saved them for this battle,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
saved their
It was
butts.
very needed. And it was very possible that might have been a TPK if I had really hit you there.
Did you hold back,
No.
or was there just some
It was the
rolls
damage
that
roll.
didn't
If
go?
the damage roll had, because remember, I rolled 2 1s and the 2 d8s.
Oh right.
I fucking held back, he says, as I fucking knocked down
Oh,
both
you
savage
know what?
attacks.
Hmm. Let me do
Uh,
something.
Technically, you did hold back.
I did? What did I hold back on?
That last time I got hit by the walker, he used his blinding light thing, which I natural 20'd, but then he only made 1 attack on me.
No, he'd already used his attack on Hawks.
Oh, did he already?
Yes.
Did he?
Yeah.
So he punched out Hawks and then he marched over you and tried to kill you as well.
Like, I'm coming
Okay.
for you.
Okay, I missed that part, I guess.
See, I wouldn't hold him back. I mean, to be fair, I don't want you guys to die, but you know.
Those
X-
dice
X it
rolls
out.
with the damage was scary for everybody except for that one that didn't kill me.
Very scary. They are very
Eldath
scary.
is just carrying this mission. I hope you all.
Right.
Like,
She chose her champion well. You need to take a 15-minute or so break, Caleb? Okay, that's fine. We can take a break right here.
That is a good time. I have to.
And I will notify when I am back.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, just write a little message in the chat when you're back. All right, until then, let's go ahead and just chill out, relax, you know? Just chill.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Shooting some b-ball.
Outside the school.
When a couple of kobolds, when a couple of cold light dudes who were up to no good started making trouble in the neighborhood. I'm gonna go grab something to drink.
Fair enough. I think do I have a... I do. I have a be right back screen. Haha. In that case, I will also BRB. Let me check on the dog, just in case he's okay.
What do I get at 7th level? Now I'm curious. That extra spell slot. I think also at 6th level I got that second channel ability. Let's look. Yeah, I got a second channel divinity, an extra spell slot. level. And just get another spell slot. But it's 4th level spell. Oh, I also get Peace Domain spells. Aura of Purity and Autolux Resilience Sphere. Oh, my 8th level feature isn't helpful at all. Although I do get the.
What level are we again?
We're 6th level. I'm just looking ahead. At 7th level, I only get my cleric domain spells and an 4th level spell slot. 4th level? Yeah, 4th level. And at 8th level, I get ability score improvement. Destroy Undead becomes CR1. And then my divine domain feature only affects the damage I deal with my spells. So it's not going to be helpful at all for Meepo.
Interesting.
Because I still haven't dealt damage yet.
The 100% support cleric.
Apparently, I'm just seeing a thing. Apparently, in Wild Beyond the Witchlight, there's going to be a Displacer Beast kitten.
There is no problem with that.
Oh, no problem at all.
Kitty Whippins.
Kitty Whippity Whippins. Good shit.
Out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
would it be okay to reveal the CR of those creatures?
Yes, CR5.
Right? I would never ever be able to destroy undead them. Unless I used like Wish or Divine Intervention.
Yeah,
'Cause-
they're scary. They're very scary creatures.
Yeah. I gained my 2nd Channel Divinity and an extra spell slot that last level. If we hadn't leveled up, I wouldn't have those. And then,
Hang on, Bowser. Sorry, my dog is barking and I don't know why. Sorry, 1 second. I'll be back again.
no problem. This map isn't accurate to the truth of what happened.
Sorry about that. My dog was acting real weird. He was barking over something. He was barking over a toy, and he was just kind of hiding under a chair. Didn't know why he was barking. He's fine now, but what a weird.
Yeah. This map is inaccurate. It has lights.
Yes, I'm aware. Thank you. Is Caleb back?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I was about to use sending before we took our long rest the night before. If I had, I also wouldn't have had enough spell slots.
Ah.
Glad I didn't.
I'm glad too. I like seeing you guys live.
Yeah. If we had TPK'd, would we continue doing this kobolds, or would we have some tall heroes come in and replace it?
The extra wide boys.
Oh no. Let's.
No, not the wide boys, the slender men.
I think.
Lender.
Really tall and skinny.
Just all elves.
It ha-
Elves and half elves.
No, you could do like Sunny,
Right,
Yeah,
Oh no.
tall
elves,
cat.
half elves. and-
just
All
oh
cats.
god.
Ah, jeez.
You probably don't want to see me playing any more Tabaxi Warlocks, but
I mean,
I'm
as long
definitely
as you make
inclined
them have
towards
a unique personality, it's fine.
I have a picture saved on my computer that I've wanted to use as part of a character token for a very, very long time. And I've wanted to play a Tabaxi Celestial Warlock and use this picture. I need to find it.
Warlock of Eldath.
Warlock of Eldath. I don't know about that.
I mean, they're adding celestial warlocks now.
Where is it?
I can make rings of protection. That's okay. Oh, we'll
I
find
was
protection.
telling
something
Evan the
about,
other day.
Never mind. We were gonna say.
I have wanted to use this as a.
We're gonna say, Stephen. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Ah, the Persian.
Yes.
I was telling Evan the other day about a Tabaxi that I played before who was a storm sorcerer, and my goal was to be as cat as I could, and I thought it would be interesting to see that character and Sunny interacting. I just realized something.
What?
That character came from an island tribe of Tabaxis, which would fit in with the idea of Ket.
You know, Ket is a magical, mythical place.
It is very magical.
I don't know. I have a lot of ideas that I've wanted to run. You know, Tasha's has that, obviously it's not like super detailed, but it has the whole, that whole thing of like being able to customize your ancestry a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
or being able to put a completely custom one together.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about potentially using that and grabbing the athlete feat as part of it, and trying to run a Quaggoth character.
Oh,
Because I have a fondness for Quaggoths.
I think it would be cool to be able to do like an Underdark campaign where you're all those Underdark creatures that aren't like just deep gnomes, Dragar, and
It's like the actual weird underdark creatures.
yeah, like Myconids, Quaggoths, maybe Troglodyte, or
Guzvarts.
Oh,
I don't know that Zvarts are actually specifically Underdark, but
they're kind of
they're purple,
weird.
which fits in the Underdark.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I could see them taking residence in the Underdark. That was the other one I was thinking. Uh,
One thing I've wanted to do for a while is run Zvarts as an enemy, but run them like they're the Smurfs.
oh man.
Instead of coming in and being like,
Like
it's
evil Smurfs.
like evil Smurfs. You know, robbing carriages is a Zvartland good time.
Oh gosh. That's terrifying.
Papa Zvart, what do we do now? Oh, no, never mind. This is the image I wanted to use. I forgot I had this better one for its Taxi World.
Oh yeah.
That's something.
Isn't that your Steam profile picture?
Yep, that is my Steam profile picture.
Yeah, that's about right.
Hmm. For those
See,
of
this
you
is-
listening in, it is terrifying.
It's just. Here, hold.
You can't trust me to make characters.
I can trust you to make characters. They are very character-y. There's a lot of character in them.
Hmm.
High character content.
Here, can I? Hold on. Can I? Yeah, there you go. I'm showing it in stream temporarily. There we go. There.
Yes.
It looks like that.
Mm-mm.
Could you
It
inflict
does
this
look
upon
like
them?
that. He did inflict it upon them.
There we go. Yeah,
Hey,
I
you know.
inflicted that on them.
How could you?
With glee.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
I love running really, really bizarre concepts, both as a GM and as a player. I like doing things that are very, very, very odd, and playing them completely seriously. That's the other thing, is it's not just enough to do it like, haha, lol, it's so goofy. It's like, take something that should be that, and then run it completely straight.
Hmm.
When the Glabgo Gabgalab thing was being passed around, I did some deep lore digging on the Glabgo Gabgalab and figured out what the actual context of that was, and have since included the creatures in my own games.
Yes.
The Glabgo
Yes.
Gabgalab has been of particular wonderment in my experience.
And I play them
Wasn't
completely
like
straight.
when I used the Furby.
That's true.
The Furby was an agent of chaos, though.
I'm pretty sure it was an illusion, wasn't it?
It was, yes. Yeah.
Oh, the other races that I was thinking about in an Underdark group would be the Grimlock and Kotor.
See, Kotor, I could totally see. Grimlock? I don't know. Ah.
It was just an idea. I was looking at all the options you could do, but
Fair enough. Okay, Caleb is in fact back. Are we all here? Ready to continue?
I think we are.
I am.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Alright. So, let me change the music here. So, you awaken, fully refreshed, but still with your bruises and sores. The town really doesn't change all that much, even with the morning. A few stray souls come out from their homes, fishing rods at their backs, heading towards the red waters.
You know, we've got a fishing rod now.
Right, who has that? Was it given to me?
It would have been given to you, Meepo.
Okay. So I have the fishing rod. What's it called?
It is called, I believe I have it in your notes, as the Hook of Fisher's Delight.
Hook of Fisher's Delight.
Yeah, so would you like to go towards the Redwaters and do some fishing?
I think I surely would. Maybe we can trade some fish for information. Did we gather anything from those corpses of the things that attacked us last night?
You did not. You just kind of slept all the pain away. And as you awoke, all that were left were just the clothes that they left behind. Nothing else.
Oh, still taking it.
Alright, you have some beggar's rags and torn and scratched villager clothes. That's something. Probably maybe you'll use it for leftover, like, you know, like cloth, you know, probably use it for something makeshift. As they are, they're pretty poor quality. But you have them. But you head to the Redwaters, and you see a few souls that are currently on the lake, currently investing in some ice fishing. You see a couple of villagers with a saw sawing into the ice to make a circular hole and fishing that way.
Canuck, you got a saw?
I got a crowbar, and I've got a hammer.
I don't think that'll help.
Maybe.
Well, you can certainly attempt to break the ice. Would you like to do so, Skanuk, with your hammer?
I think I'm good.
Okay, just checking. You never
I
know.
choose life.
You know what? Fair.
We're stacked, right?
Oh, I
I'm
assumed
assuming that
you were.
we
So I
would've
assumed
stacked.
Meepo would have been on the top, as you discussed last time.
Hawks, can we move towards one of those over there where they're fishing? I want to ask if I can borrow a saw real quick.
I mean, maybe if we use the crowbars and all, we can
That would
pop
take
out a chunk
quite
of
a
those.
long time, I think.
Well, yeah.
Are you there, Mike?
I am here, yes, sorry.
Meepo just asked you if you could walk over to some fine, upstanding villagers and see if you could ask them about a saw.
Oh, sure, I could see about asking around.
Well, we just need you to move me over so I can ask. Because we're stacked.
You know, I keep forgetting that we've got a set of towns that we stack in and a set of towns that we don't at this point.
There's, what, 2 towns we don't?
Two towns.
Yeah, but
well,
they're
one,
towns that
one
we
that we don't.
they're towns that we've been to multiple times though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will scoot my way over then.
And this is one that we haven't been to yet, so...
Correct. So this is your first impression. First impression. Let's go. So,
As we move towards, kind of have one of the arms wave a greeting. Who's going to wave?
Knuckle wave.
all right. So
Okay.
as you approach, you notice that they get a little defensive. They seem to kind of shirk their shoulders a little bit and kind of freeze. They slowly kind of turn over to you. And we're going to do something that we haven't done in a long time. I need you all to make a group deception check.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have advantage on deception.
Okay. Okay, 19. Okay,
Stuff. Oh no.
there is a
What's it?
brief exchange of glances between the two individuals, but the one individual steps forward, appears to be human, and it pulls down. They pull down their face mask. What can we help you with, stranger?
Eldath be with you. I was just wondering if we might borrow a saw so that we could do some fishing ourselves.
Kind of like exchange glances again. Eldath, huh? You're that pretty tall. You're that John of Eldath we've been hearing about.
That's the case. That's who I am. If you were paying attention the other day, there was a bright light in the sky. That was Eldath's blessing coming down to help restore peace to the Icewind Dale.
Oh, peace, you say? Oh, well, that's all right, fine and dandy. Sure, you helped out plenty of towns. Helped out Bremen, Tamerlane, Lonelywood. But you ain't thinking to help good old Duggan's Hole or Good Mead, East Haven. You heroes, eh? Fat lot good you've done here. Let me tell you what. Kind of spits on the ground. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check with disadvantage, Meepo.
There's a part of me. There's a really, 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 really trolly part of me that wants to ask if spitting at us counts as an attack so I could cloud rune it. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to tell you that I was thinking of it.
Kill the GM in the process.
Well, I'll let you know that I considered almost letting it happen. Almost, if you were to ask. But
No, I'm not actually going to ask that. That would be a huge waste of a major resource. Plus, like, I actually couldn't have it go back to him. It would be like some rando standing nearby would get him.
fair enough. All right. So, as the other individual is getting a bit show-offish, the other humanoid figure kind of puts the hand on the other one's shoulder. Come on, Barnaby. You've been being a bit too tough on them. Can't be everywhere at once. You want to borrow a saw? Come on. Here. Yeah, you now have a saw. I want it back, though, when you're done with it.
Thank you kindly. We won't be too far. We'll still be in sight.
Kind of smacks the other guy on the chest. Gives him a look. The aforementioned Barnaby kind of gives you a wry glare and just kind of goes back to what he was doing, setting fish in the
I'm
water.
going to give the saw to Skanuk, who's used to different tools, before I give it to Savage, whose strength will help us if it comes down to that.
Alright.
Are we not stacked right now?
We are.
currently. Okay.
I'm having that hand reach out. I'm like touching this hand that I want to reach out to get it.
All right. Skuduk, you kind of wobble a little bit, and the other kind of gives you a raised eyebrow. Little wobbly for a strong hero of Eldath.
Right, that's the rheumatism. It's a bit cold.
Rheumatism. You hear that, Barnaby? An old lady with rheumatism can do more than you can. Kind of gives his buddy kind of like another slap on the back. Shut up!
It's Eldath that does it all.
All right, Eldath. Kind of gives a wave with his hand. Sure. Kind of goes back to what he was doing.
This guy seems like he's in a bad mood. I wonder if someone insulted his mother this morning or something.
I wonder.
Eldath thinks his mother is a nice lady.
Eldath isn't necessarily concerned whether they're a nice lady or not. as long as they're peaceful.
This is me, the GM, side glancing at Michael. If I wonder.
Also, it's if his mother came from Duggan's hole, then it might not be very nice. Just saying, the gist of this town is that most of them aren't very nice, right?
The gist, yeah. Very. You know, they care for each other, most likely, but outsiders, yeah.
Fair enough.
But anyway, you have your saw, so.
So, we try to saw into the ice, but I can't do it because I don't have the saw.
So my question is, how far away do you want to go from them to saw?
I want to be just within earshot.
Okay. If you want to be just within earshot,
But it wouldn't, not, if they're muttering, we probably wouldn't hear it, but something like if they say something out loud so that we can hear it. Like if there's like a
Okay.
regular conversation going on between them.
Okay, that's doable. I will say, if you want to do that, I will need you to make some more group deception checks to, if only because it's going to be very interesting, this particular motion and balancing. It's going to be a little bit difficult. Because you're hunching over to do the saw while keeping, with just one arm.
Can we do it on the other side of the sled?
Sure, I'll let you do that. I'll let you do these with advantage then. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, group deception checks. Oh.
Oh no!
Okay. Skanuk? Oh no, Skanuk is an 8. Savage, your only hope. Okay. DC was a bit higher this time, but 2 you succeeded, so the group check passes. Fuck, man. Alright, so you very cleverly hide the motions behind your boat. And thankfully, too, because, Hawks, you're getting a little bit wobbly. Like, you're pretty strong, but, like, this particular motion's a bit different than what you're used to. But still, you maintain it. And you do manage to saw open a hole in the ice.
Alright, we need to return the saw now. So that they don't get possessive, I think.
Now, I will say, though, you said you wanted to be within earshot. Would you like to make a perception check?
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead and do that, then. Okay.
This gonna crawls well on, snooping.
All right, so you might hear a couple things. Find the specific page I'm looking for. Here we go. Okay. 23 and 18. Let's see. Okay. Well, you kind of hear them kind of muttering to each other. They're trying to be hushed. They could occasionally look in your direction, and you kind of have to pretend that you're not listening to them. But you do manage to catch the tail ends of their conversation. They seem to be kind of exchanging some simple, rumors of what they've heard around town. But a couple bits of information catch your interest. So, you hear about what happened to that evil wizard in Easthaven? No, what happened to him? Well, he tied him to a stake and lit him on fire. Why? Oh, well, number one, probably because he's a filthy outsider. But no, the real reason is because he hired some 10-towners to help him find a buried tower. And killed them to keep its location secret. Well, let me tell you, Barnaby. One of them told me where the tower's at. I mean, I'd go myself, but, it's maybe something a little dangerous, don't think, I don't think a couple fishes like us could stand a chance at whatever's in there. No, I think you're just a chicken, mate. No, you're the chicken. No, you. And they just kind of go back and forth, kind of bickering with each other. Also, that is not the only thing that you hear. And once they're kind of done bickering about that, they kind of go back to normal conversation. And then the conversation turns to oral. Another knot of a sacrifice. I swear. It was bad enough when we had to do it on the new moon, but hopefully this'll appease her. Catches have been scarce lately. Yeah, shit's been real bad. You know, I've heard a couple of stories about Frost Maiden, you know? What? Other than she's the queen of all winter, kill her soul. Well, you know, besides that, I heard the Frost Maiden lives on a misty isle hidden among the bergs and sea of moving ice. And you know what else I heard? I heard there's a mighty strange whale with a boat on its back that swims in those frigid waters. And I'll bet it knows where that island is. You ever heard... Well, I mean, where would this whale even be? Well, you ever hear of Angerjuk Spell? It's an old anchorage, but I heard that bell has some mystical properties. Nah, you're pulling my leg. No, it's true. Nah, it ain't. Fucking no whaling can be called by no bell. Well, I heard this whale's intelligent. Ah, stop it. Barnaby, you can't just keep telling me these stories. No, it's true. Come on, listen to me for once. And they just go bickering again. But that's what you hear from the conversation.
Eh.
Yeah. So, you finish up your song. So I assume now you want to return the saw to them.
Right.
All right. And you do
Thank
so.
you kindly for letting us borrow this.
And as soon as you kind of come back, they kind of... yeah, thank you, holy woman of Eldath. And kind of reaches out his hand for the saw and takes it. Not too brusquely, but, you know, kind of loses a little bit more strength than needed, probably.
Let's return and start fishing, because I want to do that. What is it, a D20?
Yes, so what you do...
I will post the stuff for
Indeed.
people to see.
Indeed, this tiny silver fishhook has a little gold feather attached to it. For it to function, the feathered hook must be tied to the end of a fishing line and immersed in enough water to fill at least a 10-foot cube. At the end of each uninterrupted hour of immersion, roll a d6. On a 6, a floppy 6-inch long magical fish appears at the end of the hook. The color and properties of the conjured fish are determined by rolling on the Hook of Fisher's Delight table. Once the hook conjures a fish, it can't do so until the next dawn. So, get yourself a let's see.
1 hour.
Yeah, so 1 hour passes.
No fish.
Indeed. Well, hold on. Yeah. Yep. No fish. Do you wish to continue fishing?
Do we want to stay here much longer?
Okay. I want to see what it does.
All right.
All right. Another hour passes.
Spend it.
Granted, it's still relatively in the morning, so you know, another hour. Unfortunate, but it's not uncommon for fishing like this to take a long time, and the other two fishermen are still at it. One of them has seeming... Hold on, let me actually roll for them. Let's see. Okay. End of both hours. It seems that they have not caught anything either, so they're also little shit. But either way, roll again. Another hour.
Do we want to go until lunch and then leave after that?
That works for me.
So what time is it now?
So right now, let's see. It would have been 8 o'clock when you started. So right now it's 10. So go ahead and roll 2 more times.
Okay. While we're doing this, would the others be able to do stuff inside the cloak? Like,
Sure.
not very, like, heavy movement stuff, but something.
Sure, like, what did you have in mind? Do you have anything in mind?
I don't know, like if Skanuk wants to fiddle with one of his machines or something like that. Just, I mean, I'm assuming we're like leaning up against the sled.
True, you are. That would perhaps warrant some more group deception checks, but you could do something like that.
I'm just wondering if anybody wants to do that stuff or if they just want to sit here and watch the line with me.
Don't quite know what I do, honestly.
Fair enough. So go ahead and roll those d6s then. Just 2 more hours will pass. Unless you roll a 6 on the third one. Alright, no, and... Unfortunate.
Nope.
It seems there are no fish as of now. And now by this point... It seems that they still have not caught any fish, but they will continue at it.
Well, we better get going. We want to see Sonar and see if we can help him. Should I use a spell to contact him and let him know we're coming?
Might be wise to do. We might be able to find out where he is exactly.
Right, and if he needs any more help than like a slow pace.
He does move very slowly.
True.
What if we like passed him on the way back?
Well, then we could put him on the sled.
He's
Didn't
not
notice.
that slow.
See,
He's pretty slow. He's like 20-foot movement speed, so like a little slower than you. Sending. Okay. So you'll send a message to Sonar.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. Sonar, we finished on our way back to Lonelywood. Let us know where you are, and let us know how we can help. Okay. So, funny thing about sending. He can he can understand you. However, he doesn't speak common all that well. Hang on. Okay. He rolled really well. Give me a second. I need to think how he would respond. So you get back. There's 3 words in Elven, then a pause, as he probably suddenly realizes that you can't understand him. And then you hear the words, Lonely Wood. Here. Searching. Sister. You do what you need to. Fine. That's pretty much all you can get. In his very, very broken common.
Alright, so he's in Lonelywood looking for his sister. He says we do what we need to and he's fine. So we can go at whatever pace we need to. So let's get going.
Alright.
Alright, so where are you heading off to? What you thinking?
Should we check back in with the trading company?
Could. Maybe we can get some materials. There's a forest north of here, isn't there? We can go through there, try to collect something. And then go on to Bryn Shander from there.
That
That's a pretty decent plan. So, do you wish to head to the forest then? Head to the north of you?
Sounds good to me.
Very well. So, couple hours as you head out of town.
Savage will be the head there.
Well, this forest isn't particularly inhabited, per se.
No, I mean in Bryn Shander.
Oh, in Bryn Shander. Gotcha. Well, in that case... As you head to the forest to your north, you know that this forest is the one that precedes Goodmead. It is a very healthy spruce forest with plenty of wood to go around. You also know that is also where part of the berries needed are needed to make their, as you would expect, good mead. But of course, as you enter the woods, what exactly do you wish to search for resources?
I'm looking for something that's gonna be worthwhile in Bryn Shander so that we can get money. Because I'd like to be able to purchase something that's worth a lot.
Interesting. That's a little vague, but I'll see what I can do for you.
Right. Because I don't know what to look for.
Fair enough.
I mean, I guess I could try to take the berries for the mead, but that would be more something I think would be sold in good mead, where they have the stuff to make the mead.
Tell you what. Why don't you go ahead and roll me just a general investigation check?
Okay.
And if anyone wants to, they can also roll their own investigation checks to find things. Okay, 11. Is anyone else adding to this charge? Okay.
That should not have been with advantage, but
7, 9.
stupid.
Okay.
19. It's gonna.
For the most part, all you really find are twigs and left behind paw prints and Hawks. You think, you sniff. Something smells interesting. Maybe it could be some sort of rare fragrance. And then you could look into a bush. No, it's animal dung. Unfortunate.
Well, don't knock it just yet. A surprising number of fragrances.
Look, this isn't like the tiger that shits coffee beans. All right, this ain't that kind of scat.
I wish that we were just that one thing that does that, but it's so many things of it are animal dung.
I know, it's crazy. Let's see though. Let me look here. 19 though. Ah. You know what? I can actually give you something here. This actually works out perfectly.
Ah,
As you're walking through the forest, you separate from the others, if only for but a moment. As you're looking through the trees, you notice something odd about some of the branches in the canopy. Some of them look singed and burned. Almost as something some small fire has come through here, but it's only a very specific set, and then you recognize the pattern. You kind of put two and two together. It looks like, on a much smaller scale, the wreckage of that great ship that you had found. Specifically, the pattern of burning and broken twigs through the tree line, but much smaller. And then you see a small crater with a metallic substance in the center.
I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
Okay?
Yes, the very first thing you do is poke it with a stick.
Okay.
Perfect.
Roll me a Constitution. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You poke it. Nothing happens.
Hey guys, I found a thing. It's
On my
shiny.
way.
Dibs.
Finders keepers.
Okay. As you all take a closer look at it, let's see. I'll let your previous investigation check stand, if only because you've seen something like this before. It looks like a piece of that ship.
Ooh.
The material is the same. Specifically, it is a piece of what might have been the shell. It looks organic. Like, it looks like an organic shell, but as you tap on it, it sounds metallic. It's just kind of this weird beige color with these very spirally grooves that are dug that are kind of dig into the material itself.
How big is it?
I'd say it's around maybe half your size. So it's pretty heavy when you try to pick it up. Like, it's heavy. You would need to put it in the boat/cart.
Hmm. Well, it's like Snuck's got a new project to it now. I guess people want to sell something now. Dumb.
Does it look like something we might be able to work? Like, how hard does this look like it is to actually, like, shape into something else?
Go ahead. Make another investigation check. This will be a separate one.
Make sure I'm not on advantage.
12. Okay. And then Skinnock. Go ahead and do that as well.
I did a 13.
13? You're not sure. It definitely is nothing that you've ever seen before. That kind of this weird mix between organic and metallic. You wouldn't know where to even start. But it is there.
It's an investigation check.
Investigation, yes.
I have no idea what this thing is, but I might as well look. Still have no idea what it is.
You still
I
have
would
no
have
idea
been
what this
so
chunk-
confused
You-
if Nico rolled like a nat 20. It was like, oh yeah.
Eldath's inspiration.
the inspiration of Eldath, indeed.
Right.
1 second.
We might as well take it with us. We can look at it later.
1 second.
You said you were trying to buy something. How much? Like, what kind of money are you looking to need?
Well, I was thinking about something, but the more I think about it, the less I'm sure it's going to be useful for us. Particularly given my weak constitution. There's a spell I know that I haven't been able to use because I don't have the materials for it, but I think it just wouldn't be helpful in the long run.
What's the spell?
It's called Warden Bond.
Ah.
I need some platinum rings that are pretty expensive. But, I would take more damage than I do already, and that's just not something that seems wise in hindsight. So if we really want to keep this, we can use it for something if you have an idea. Speaking of things we don't understand, I also have this stick. I think you should have it. I picked it up while we were fleeing from the explosion.
Ah,
Does it have any writing on it?
Well, as you inspect the stick, it looks similar in design to the device that the Illithid was pointing at you, Skanuk. But it's longer, more sleek design. Currently the smaller device that you have currently, the one that you picked up, is more, I would say, more spherical, with a nozzle at the end, which also has a little sphere on it. This is much longer and thinner. Definitely of a similar make, but different design. Perhaps a different form of weapon, you imagine, but if you wish, unfortunately, you do not know its purpose more than that, like how to use it, for instance. You would need to take some extended period of time to examine it if you wanted to eventually find out how to operate it.
whoa. Stick.
Yes, and is indeed more than it appears.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it and see what I can figure out.
Okay, so now we get to some fun things here. Specifically, discovering and learning about alien technology. Little echo in there. So, I believe I posted in D&D and memes. I should have posted in this in general, but when adventurers find a piece of technology that isn't from their world or time period, you can try to understand what the object is, but characters rarely will. To simulate that kind of ignorance about the technology, I would have you make a series of intelligence checks to figure it out. And so basically you need to succeed on a number of intelligence checks based on the complexity of the item in question. So 2 successes for something simple like a cigarette lighter or calculator, something like that, revolver, and 4 successes for something complex like a computer or like a chainsaw or hovercraft. But for this item in particular, I would have. Let me double check here. I think for this in particular, I would have 3. Maybe two for the small pistol, and then 3 for the larger one.
Okay.
So, and you can only do one of these checks a day
Oh, okay.
because of how complex it is.
And I'm also going to bless you.
All right. I guess we're gonna.
This would be intelligence checks. You're blessed. You have emboldening bond.
Oh my! I've got all sorts of. Okay.
You have all.
So are these
blessed.
intelligence, or are they some sort of like tool check?
This is specifically straight intelligence. This is your basic figuring out of what this thing is and how to operate it.
So 17
17.
plus 2d4? No?
Mhm.
2d4. 7. So 24.
24. Okay, so let me double check. The
Now let's do
DC.
brain stuck.
Double checking the DC. Let me see here. Okay. So, as you are studying the... Oh, I should have asked you, which device are you looking at first? You're looking at the stick or the smaller one first?
I think the smaller one first.
Okay.
So I can get sort of like familiarize myself with the technology on the less valuable looking one.
Okay, so with the first check, you think you have it figured out slightly. You clearly can tell that there is a trigger, much like how you would pull on, say, like a crossbow, for instance, but you see no method of inserting ammunition. So where would that be, you think? And you kind of like look around. That part you haven't figured out completely yet. Is there a way to turn it on? Is there a way to activate it besides the trigger? You kind of give it a few test tries. Nothing seems to work. That part you're stuck on. However, With one success and with a check of 20 or higher, which you have done, you have advantage on the next check that you make to decipher it.
But that's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's as much as you can figure out
enough.
for now.
Okay. Fair enough. To think about it.
Indeed, many things
Doesn't
to think
seem-
about.
Doesn't seem too hard.
I will say, you don't have. So I will let you look at the other one as well. You just can only look at one item once per day.
Oh, in that case.
Yeah. So I will let you look at the other one as well.
plus, plus 2d4.
Sure, why not?
28.
You know what? You know what? I'm. It doesn't say it in the rules here, but I'm going to give you 2 successes on this. So you have almost got this thing down. It's clearly just from looking at the first item. You think, oh, okay, so clearly this is the trigger here. It's still the matter of ammunition that you're still not aware, like how that actually works. But you can clearly tell, like, this part's the end piece where it would fire out of. You can clearly tell from now it is definitely almost looks like a musket rifle in how you're supposed to hold it, but it's still somewhat alien in its shape and its make. But you think you have a good grasp on it. You just need a little bit more time with it, maybe, and then who knows? So, very well done. You're one step closer to identifying and
I would
being
have
able to
also
use these.
emboldened Hawks and Savage, just in case they want to use that for something.
Indeed. All right. So, very excellent work. Indeed, the smell of science in the morning from someone who loves to burn everything around them. You sure it's not napalm? Hang on.
Napalm is science.
Suppose,
It's just the best kind of science.
I suppose it is a form of one. In any case, with that said and done, where are you guys done here for now, or do you wish to head back to Bryn Shander? What do you guys think?
I guess we could.
I don't have much else that I was really looking for in this region, so
Yeah.
Well, it was worth coming through here.
Indeed, it was. You.
I'm just
haul
gonna
your-
keep my eye out for that owl.
Make a perception check. Why don't you? Why not?
Rose.
9. If they are there, they're being very sneaky about it. You do not see them either, Skanuk.
You can add your d4s.
And I can add D4s.
Okay.
17.
You still do not see them.
Ah.
And plus, since the creature is in its element, you gather they would have many trees to hide behind as well if they were following you. There are many places to hide in the forest. I also rolled really well on that check. And owls have a decent stealth bonus as well, if they were there. But, you know. In any case. And my dice are gone again, as I drop them. So, you take your prize back to the boat, or the makeshift sled boat.
Right. The walrus.
The walrus. I forgot that you called it the walrus. And you make the journey back to Bryn Shander. Alright, let me switch up the music a little bit here. Let's... Yeah. That one. Simple, basic. And so, the gates of Bryn Shander open for you. As with Savage as the head this time, in the amalgamation of all of your kobold forms in this trench coat. You head into town. And so, weaving your way throughout the different streets of this vast city, you eventually find the safe haven of Torg's Trading Company. You rap upon the door, and that little latch opens up, and those beady yellow eyes peer out from it. There's a squint. The latch shuts back closed. You hear as many different locks and latches are unlatched, and the door opens, and you see the form of that heavily wrapped individual with pale skin, just very gingerly, with the forefinger and the thumb, just gingerly opening the door, and with the other gesturing hand towards the trapdoor, letting you inside. And you make your way down into the hideaway proper, where it is bustling. You see, at this moment, actually, you see apparently a bar fight is currently taking place between an orc and a dwarf. And the orc currently has the dwarf in a headlock, and they're currently screaming obscenities at each other. As that's going on in the corner, a small group of people are currently cheering around them and tossing bets into a coin bowl on the side. A couple of the tables are trying to keep business as usual. What do?
Join in the fray.
Turn the volume
As-
down.
Is it unstacked?
Of course we're unstacked.
At this point, you're safe in here, at least.
Okay.
Unstack and join in the fray.
Yeah, like the orc has the dwarf in the headlock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna jump on the orc's back and put him in a headlock.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check then, my dude. Hang on, let me roll this in the open here.
How long has it been since we were in the forest?
Oh, of all the times to get in that 20. So, you jump onto this orc's back, and to be fair, you do manage to at least get him under the chin and pull him back enough where he has to let the dwarf out of his grasp. But as soon as the dwarf gets free, he latches onto you and slams you into the ground. Puny kobold, I'll smash you! And
I bet you won't.
would anyone like to interject?
Ruck is taking bets.
Seems like they're having fun.
All right.
Hux? You know what? Screw it. Hux is gonna go giant if he has the space to, and join in.
All right. So, first point of order. Actually, no, first. First, I'll do you going big. So, you hulk out as using the runes of giant strength, as your form enlarges to that of an ogre-sized creature, and you tower over this orc, and he kind of just like looks up in shock at you. Meanwhile, you, Skanuk, you go over to the betting ring over here, as suddenly the bets are going wild, like, oh, look at these two newcomers. And they're currently, a third of them are now currently betting on Hawks. The half that were on the dwarf now are on Savage. And while the orc still has a few bets on him, not as many as there were before. So, are you putting down any money, Skanuk?
How much money do I? Oh, damn! I don't actually have any money. Damn.
If
Nope.
you need some money, I can lend you some.
Lend me some money so I can gamble.
I think I shall refrain for now.
Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, so, Hawks, you're big. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to grapple the orc and suplex him.
All right, right on. All right. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
As one does.
And because I'm giant, I have advantage.
You do. 25. While he has Savage pinned on the ground, you just walk over and pick him up. Almost like you kind of get him by like the scruff of his neck, like, you know, picking up a cat in a bad way. And then you pick him up, a little bit, lift him a little bit higher, and then suplex that orc right into the floor, knocking him out cold.
Should have bet on Hawks.
Indeed, and all the ones who are betting on the orc and savage just start like moaning like, "No, boo!" And then the ones like the other third are just cheering so loudly. A couple
Made some
gold.
enemies, made some friends, and made a lot of noise.
Indeed, Hawks, a bit of gold is thrown your way for winning. Some friendly gamblers give you 17 gold.
Ah, thank you kindly.
Yeah, kind of like pats
Should
on
have
your
done
back.
that to get the money.
Oh no, PvP! Alright, you as you grab Hawks' legs. Alright, go ahead and let's hear, you know what? Make competing athletics checks against each other. Oh, you both have advantage now. Okay. Oh. So, Hawks, as soon as you're done dealing with the orc and dealing with the suplex, and you're kind of like everyone's kind of crowding around you, saying like Hawks, 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 like cheering your name. Suddenly, a new round begins, and bets start to fly again. As you, Savage, go for the kill, going for the legs, you grab the leftmost leg and you twist it, and Hawks, you hear a popping sound. And think to yourself, well, that's not good. And then you lose your balance and you are flat on your back. Silence. And then more cheering. Savage. Because it's relatively new, you get eight gold pieces thrown your way.
Hawks will feel his leg and push himself to his feet and be like, just goes to show you never to, Oh, okay, I guess I'm being stood on now. Okay.
Indeed you are.
Ah.
as the tiny kobold just pounces on your chest and then just lifts his claws up and all the people cheer.
I was gonna say, just goes to show you never to underestimate the little guy, but,
But now you're on the ground.
Yeah, now you're on the ground. Are you not entertained? Which they very much are. Very entertained. But eventually, they do disperse, leaving you to whatever business you wish to conduct. So, what would you like to do?
well, I have a handful of money now.
You do. Oh, sorry, you got 8 gold pieces, Savage.
Well, one of the things I would like to do is see if they've got any more material here I could work with.
Any particular material you would like to work with? If you have something in mind, at least. If not, I could just as easily give you some, like, maybe basic iron or something along those lines.
Honestly, Actually, I'm gonna ask if anyone's got hand axes for sale. Let me say, replace my missing hand axe that I have not replaced yet.
Hand axes. Hand axes would be very easy to find. Let me see here. Double checking some prices. Yes, they could sell you some hand axes for 5 gold apiece. With your
I'm gonna
discount,
grab-
though, you do get a discount, so bring it down to 3 gold pieces. Considering that you were members of the guild.
3 each.
3 each.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab a pair of them and have 11 gold left then.
Alright,
Oh.
you now have your 2 hand axes. Anyone else? Perhaps, Skanuk, did you wish to reveal that piece of metal and wish to find someone who could buy it? Or do you wish to keep that to yourselves for now?
I think I'm gonna. If no one has any objections, I might keep it to myself and try to make something of it.
Fair enough.
No objections had.
How about you then,
None
Meepo?
here.
Do you have anything?
I think. Are there any potions?
There would be potions for sale, yes. If you're looking for health potions, normally they'd be 50 gold pieces a pop, but instead they are around 40 gold pieces.
Can't afford it. Silver dust, worth 25 gold. Wait, nope.
Okay.
Still, how? Well, let's see. Right, 25 gold pieces worth of silver dust. How much would that be with the discount?
With the discount, that would be 20 gold pieces instead of 25.
Ah. Leaving me in abject poverty. I think I'll hold off.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I mean, I still have some money after replacing my hand axes, so I could hand that off to you if you want it.
Do you wish to accept that trade, Meepo?
I don't think it's worth it right now. Do we need the ceremony spell at this moment?
Well, despite the fact that you're in abject poverty now, there is the reward that you have yet to receive that is in the town of Lonelywood. So, if you
True.
did wish to collect
So-
on that, eventually you could go back there.
How about, yeah, I'll take that money. I'll just take 1 gold. And then pay 20 gold
Okay.
for the silver.
Okay, and with that, now you have 1 powdered silver worth, enough to cast ceremony spell. Around that level. So there you go. Savage, did you wish to look around for anything in particular? Squeaky.
Mouse?
Did your dog have a cheat?
No.
cheat.
That's Mac
Ah.
with a broken ball.
Mm.
Not anything in particular really that I'm looking for. Maybe like some lower tier magic items, maybe.
That could be very difficult, but you could attempt it. You don't think they have anything in stock quite yet. However, because they are a merchant's guild, they could put out some feelers for a potential seller or buyer. If you wish to put that out there.
Yeah. Or at least in like rumors, or like if someone's willing to give like a magic item for a favor, or if someone needs something done. I don't know.
Let's see here. Magic item for a favor. Let me see. right now, they don't have anyone like that. However, go ahead. Do you have any money on you? Well, actually, no, you have the 8 gold, but anything else?
I've got 22 total gold, 24 silver, and 106 copper.
Okay. If you're willing to put down 5 gold, they would be willing to send out people scouting for people like that.
I'll do so.
Okay. So they're now going to send out agents to search for people who maybe would either sell magic items or trade a magic item for a favor, anything like that. Now the information is being gathered for you. So now it's been set into motion. So, Skanuk, even though you did not want to sell the item, is there anything that you wanted? Even though you didn't want to sell the piece of material, was there anything else that you really
I have literally 0 gold and 0 money, so
fair enough. Just double checking, make sure I wasn't skipping over you. All right. So in that case, do you guys wish to exit Torx, or would you like to gather something a bit more?
Well, we should take this opportunity to, see if anyone here has any rumors, too.
Fair enough. In that case, do you wish to just listen in, or do you wish to talk amongst the people for yourselves?
I'm going to be talking amongst the people, probably.
Okay. Charisma check for you. Anyone else?
And Hawks will also join in on that.
Okay, so in that case, Meepo with advantage then.
Okay.
Alright, this is fun. I love these rumors. Let's see here. 16. Very nice. And that might actually net you. Let's see. Here's something. As you all are kind of both you and Hawks, Meepo, are kind of wandering around, kind of talking to people. Eventually, you do find this more survivalist-looking woman. She's very rugged, kind of shaved sides of her head. Very, very tough-looking woman. And she kind of talks to you about all different kinds of things to find in the tundra, specifically materials, good fishing spots, good hunting spots. But when you get to the topic of hunting, she actually gives you this nugget of information. Well, if you're looking for something hidden in Icewind Dale, the people you should talk to are the Ragged Nomads. They know about every inch of this land and all of its secrets. The tricky part, though, is finding them. They tend to follow the reindeer herds. Yeah, so if there's anything you want to know about the land...
Thanks for the information.
Oh, you're welcome.
Do you know anybody in that group that might be anywhere nearby? Or do they always travel as a group?
Well, there are many different tribes. All I can tell you is stay away from the Wolf Clan and the Tiger Clan. While most nomads keep to themselves, they are the ones that are, shall we say, I wouldn't call them xenophobic. They've been dealt a harsh hand, and they don't much care for 10-towners, and to be fair, we don't much care for them. But we try and play nice when we can. But the Tiger tribe and the Wolf tribe, they're the ones that tend to attack unprovoked. If you really wish to find a tribe that's more amicable, you can try the Elk tribe. You'll know them because they'll be the ones who... You can tell which tribe the Reggeds are, but most looking at their garments, what they're wearing. The Wolf tribe will most notably have wolf pelts. Tiger will have tiger pelts, as you would imagine, and Elk tribe would have elk horns, elk hides. Very simple that way. That way you can tell.
That's good information. Is there anything we can do to help you? Is there anything you need?
Me? Nah, I'm fine. I mean, unless you got a spare coin or two, I'm not too hard up.
You got couple silver here if you want them.
I'll take that. Gladly. She'll give you a wink and she'll pocket that. For information given. But other than that, don't get too much more out of her. But you have that information now. However, she was not the only one that you were able to ask. With 16, you get an additional nugget of information. You hear a very drunk, rambling man just kind of going on and on about some rare thing or two about the Dale. You hear him rambling about how the Frost Maiden will kill us all. But then he kind of falls over and slumps over, drunk and unconscious. So they kind of move him out of the tavern. But one individual kind of steps forward towards you, since you're asking around. And whether you ask, as he sees your apprehension, he says, don't worry about him. He always goes on and on about how the everlasting rhyme is the Frost Maiden's doing. But let me tell you, I think that's hogwash. I think it's actually the Arcane Brotherhood, plotting another takeover of 10 towns. A wizard who was burned at the stake in East Haven admitted to being one of them, you know. And he said that there are other Arcane Brotherhood wizards that are lurking all among us. Vailish Gant is behind it all, no doubt. That scoundrel is locked away in Revel's End. But that doesn't make him any less dangerous. Someone should find out what he knows. He kind of gives a kind of an air jab. And as soon as you say that, Skunk is like, yeah, fuck them all. Let them all die in this cold. And there's a kind of a here among a lot of them. So that's what you managed to learn.
Does Arcane Brotherhood, by any chance, include necromancers?
Well, I imagine they take all sorts of the Brotherhood. All them mages, all them dangerous magics. Kind of gives a shiver. Now I think about it. There was a lady like that passing through. I didn't catch her name, but I saw her face. Older woman. Greyish hair. Bunch of kobolds following her. You don't work for her, do you?
We do
Oh.
not.
Oh.
I think we've run into her though.
Yeah, she's got a bunch of kobolds in her employ, and a bunch of ones that are, shall we say, unalive.
Yeah, I would be very inclined not to work for someone who would prefer me unalive.
Yeah, right. And kind of gives you a knowing point and a nod. Yeah, right. But unless you wish to ask any more questions, that is what the information that you receive.
I think we've left Sinar waiting.
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, you guys wish to head out then.
Sounds like that's a good idea.
Okay. So, heading out from Bryn Shander, you spend the rest of the day traveling up across the road to Tourmaline, and then taking the road to Lonelywood. With all that travel, that will put you at the end of another day. Right as you get to Lonelywood, Now, as you get to Lonelywood, it's probably very fortuitous that it is nighttime, because you have a place to stay. The Ramshackle Inn, the place that has been given to you by Speaker Dimsey Huddle for services in defending Lonelywood from Ravison. So, I assume you wish to sleep there for the night.
Yeah.
Very good.
We should get like some actual furnishings for this place at some point.
Indeed. Right now, it's all dust, cobwebs, and broken floorboards.
It's a good thing I have my own bedroll.
Indeed. It's kind of awkward. You kind of have to set up camp in your own house, which is awkward, but doable. Kind of tacky, but, you know.
It's like when you first moved into a place, it's kind of how it is.
Yeah, kind of.
Especially if you're to rush.
Indeed. So, thankfully though, as opposed to the horrors of last night, your sleep is unimpeded, and thus dawns a new day.
Oh, right. While we're setting up camp, I would like to make more vials of acid.
Ah, good. Then you get another vial of acid in the alchemy jug.
Right.
Do a quick rundown of my actions. Got
I'm going to send to Sinar and tell him we are in the Ramshackle Inn.
Okay. Not fine, sister. Will be there. That is all you get. He doesn't seem to use the full 25 words from the spell. He just
Right.
kind of says what he means as best as he can. That's all you get.
I really should go about learning Elvish.
But everything done. Sleep for the night, and you wake up refreshed to a new day. And as you wake up, Sonara's just there, standing over you. Ah, it waves. His mummified
Sonar?
form just smiling. Ah, he waves again. The silence is palpable as you all just kind of stand there.
Do we want to take a look at those contraptions again? After a good night's sleep?
You certainly are
Thinking
able
about
to
it?
now that you've had some time to think about it. Skinnock, would you like to? You have
Right.
advantage on these checks.
I have advantage on these
Also,
checks.
I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday.
Okay, good. Excellent. Excellent.
Okay,
Plus
so that's the
24.
first. That's the first item, the smaller one.
So 24 for the yep, small one.
Okay.
And now for the big one.
Okay. Moment of truth.
19.
19. Okay, let me see. That might actually be a success, but I need to double check. Okay. Thankfully, and strangely enough, with the blessing of Eldath, goddess of nature and peace, her knowledge being used to identify
The nature.
a weapon of
It's
terrible
partially
power.
biological.
In a weird, ironic twist, you identify both, Skinnock. And give me a second, as I need to actually get you the stats from the DMG. Give me 1 second. I need to get the book.
Not gonna end up like worshipping Eldath, but having a very, very different understanding of how Eldath works.
Sort of paladin-wise version.
Okay. So magic item section.
Oath of, what is it? Redemption.
Okay, let me take a quick look-see through the book here.
Both of laser guns.
Gotta tell you, I always forget the page that these things are. Ah, here we go. Hold on. I think I found it. Did I find it? Hold on. Oh, I skipped over the page. Come on. Hold on. I swear.
It's funny how much we're putting stock into this god that's like never talked about in D&D lore.
It's really funny. I mean, she's one of the basic. Well, I say basic, but she's one of like the template gods for nature, I believe, in the
Right.
Player's Handbook.
But still, I don't think there's much lore on her at all.
I don't think so either. Honestly, it would be really nice to like just look into like the wikis and like the lore about like the games.
I did go through the wikis and there's a bit, but not a whole lot.
Ah, here we go. Okay. All right. So I'm
Laser
going...
guns.
Yes. So so the two items that you identify, you have a laser pistol and a laser rifle. So let me write down the stats for both. So give me a second. Okie. Okay, so the laser pistol does 3d6 radiant damage. And you have...
Ooh.
Who needs a
50
crossbow and a
ammunition
laser
for it.
Excellent.
It weighs 2 pounds, just for the sake of it. It has the properties of ammunition and reload 50 shots. Now, this will not come into play because you have exactly 50. So basically what happens with the reload property is it fires a number of shots before it has to be quote-unquote reloaded, which I believe, according to rules, takes an action or a bonus action, the character's choice. This will not go too much into effect with this pistol, but it might for the laser rifle. So 1 second. And it has a range of short range of 40, long range of 120. There you go.
Okay. Laser pistol. Attack is dexterity, I guess?
Yes, you would still be using your normal means of dexterity for shooting it.
Right, yes.
Because it is still technically a ranged weapon.
Yep, no problem.
It is a martial ranged weapon, to be clear.
Yep. Range is... Oh, no. Right, damage is...
And to be clear, you might not actually be proficient with it, but you are able to use it.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so that was the laser pistol. Now, we get to the laser rifle. Actually, hold on. I need to double check and make sure it's not the antimatter rifle. Let me double check the book. I need to double check this.
That sounds much more fun.
Well, yes, I know. I need to be sure. Just, because, fun. Let's see. It's, double checking. Okay, it is in fact a laser rifle. Okay. Still. So, a laser rifle does 3d8 radiant damage.
Skinnock's like, oh, I know the light of Eldath. It's just
I got the light of Eldath right here.
Right, so So laser rifle's 3d8 rated damage. It weighs 7
I guess you could be a
pounds.
grave domain. Or grave. Wonder if
Ammunition.
that would work.
Short range is 100. Long range 300. Reload at 30 shots and is a two-handed weapon.
Handed.
All right, and I need to because this item was salvaged very quickly upon the destruction of the ship. I need to actually roll to see how much ammunition you get. You have 78 ammunition.
Not bad.
So, would I be able to figure out how to make more ammunition for these?
It would be very difficult to do so because, unfortunately, the source of them has been destroyed.
Right.
Sad.
It might have been possible if the ship was still intact and salvageable. Unfortunately, it is gone.
Yes. Fair enough. Okay, so just to make sure I've got these entered correctly.
So we've just gotta kill the Frost Maiden within 50 pistol ammunition shots and 30 rifle shots. So 80 shots.
Yep, basically.
Now I'm torn between like giving Sknuck a pistol and a shield and making it like, you know, a +1 shield with his infusion and just making Sknuck an absolute tank, or him like dual wielding pistols with the cannon on his shoulder.
Honestly, that's a pretty nice visual, I'm not gonna lie.
No, the cannon would be like in his tail or something.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so now that you have identified these items, you have a good grasp on them, and Sonar is at your side once again. I'm going to ask you, because I'm going to end the session relatively soon, what do you want your next move to be? I'm sorry if my dog is snoring very loudly.
Over the world?
I would think we would head into the woods and go back to where that go back to potentially where we saw the banshee, because I have a suspicion of who that banshee might be.
And then after we've gone there, we can go to where Ravison's place is and see if there's anything she left behind.
Well,
That we
sorry to interrupt. Speaking of things that she left behind, Sonar has a gift for you that he left outside, and he goes to get it. He brings you the mirror.
That was one of the things I wanted to get, but that's good.
Excellent.
Because you specifically requested that you wanted him to bring the mirror, so he brought it back for you. Specifically to bring it back up to speed. This is the mirror which you identified as a mirror of scrying.
We can put the mirror of scrying in the shack, where we now have our own base.
Indeed. All right. So easy enough to find a place to put it. I see. Would you like it to be on the first floor or second floor?
What do you
I
guys
guess like
think?
second floor, so it's a bit
Yeah.
like it's a bit out of the way.
Second floor.
People won't see it if we just invite them in.
Fair enough. So on the second floor, there's mostly just a bunch of bedrooms. I assume you just put it in one of them.
Yeah.
All right.
That makes sense.
All right. So you set it up against the wall. It's a very big mirror, so it's a group effort to take it upstairs.
Sonar helps.
He does gladly.
Savage, Sonar, and Hawks. And then Meepo supervising, watching, making sure they're not running into things.
Indeed. So, now that you have the mirror at your disposal, Do you want someone to attune to it? And do you want someone to use it?
I'm game if you are. If you are.
I kind of want to attune to it. There was somebody I was wanting to look into. If you're all right with that.
Sure.
And I think I know who you're going to look for.
I'm going to. Is there a spot on this sheet for things you're attuned to?
Um, there should be, but I don't actually know if there is offhand.
I'll just
Ow.
put a.
Keep bumping into things. Just go ahead and put it somewhere
business.
in your notes, probably in the treasure, perhaps.
I'm just putting the it in my items and then putting an attuned next to it so that I know.
There.
And then I will put resources, have 3 attunement slots, and just.
Very nice, very nice. So, would you like to scry and find who I think you're going to find?
I would like to scry and look for. We'll whisper to you.
Okay. Very well. Do you have anything of theirs?
Is it Eldath?
I don't think so. I don't think I have anything of
Okay.
theirs. I have that pen. I don't know where I would have got that pen, so if that's something of theirs.
Let me see. Let me just double check.
Like a skirmishaw pen.
Okay, so let's see here. Knowledge, you would know the target. I'll say you know them well enough. So that'll factor into the modifier. So I'm going to make a secret roll. Okay. Let me change some things.
And does the mirror show everyone or just me?
Just you.
Okay. I don't care either way, I just was wondering.
Let's see here. As you gaze into the mirror, Meepo, you feel a cold wind rush by you. As you gaze upon the mirror, the light around you seems to shimmer and shift. In front of you, instead of your own reflection, you see only white. And for a minute you think, oh, the mirror must be broken. I see nothing. But then you see a form in the snow. As winds whip by it, it trudges along through this hooded figure, holding tightly something in its grasp, clutching it to its stomach. The figure turns. You think for a minute almost to face you, staring off into the distance, then continues trudging in the snow. Make a perception check for me, Beepo.
Oh.
Natural one. Unfortunately, you do not see where they are headed. But, for now, at the very least, you know that they are alive.
Well, that's good news.
There is something, I will say, there is one thing that you see, even though you rolled in that one. There is one thing that you see before the vision ends. it is that they are not alone. A mammoth trails behind them. And tucked deep within the mammoth's fur, you see an owl head poking out occasionally. And then you think to yourself, oh, it's that friggin' owl. Which also means, if that owl was in fact following you before,
It no longer is.
it no longer is, but more than that, she might be more close by than you originally thought. Meaning, this individual is more than likely someone that you can meet if you look hard enough and fast enough. But unfortunately, that is where I'm going to have to end the session for tonight. As you contemplate all this new information that you've been given, which I think I'm going to have to write a handout because you guys learned a lot of information, unless you guys wrote it down in your notes.
The handout would be nice because anything we missed would be.
Indeed.
That sounds like something someone put together would do.
Yeah.
What, am I not put together? Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Well, no, we're
No.
saying we're not put together. Take
Yeah,
notes.
no, putting things in our notes.
I know, who
See,
does
there
these
was a
things?
lot
before?
really fast, and it was like, is that worth writing down, or too late, it's already more coming at me.
Pff, notes? What are those?
Yeah, I put some of it in my notes, I think, but not much.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Did you enjoy the session despite the near death near the beginning?
Oh man, that was fun.
Good. It's good.
Bopping stuff with that axe.
Yeah.
So, something I would like to do as a point of order is
Yes.
I'd like to make the offer. I would like to offer both Hawks and Savage magic weapons. I know that Savage already had a longsword, but I'd be upgrading it to a radiant weapon instead of a +1.
Radiant, as in radiant damage.
Not quite actually. So it's a +1. It's a +1 weapon, and it can be used to shed light in 30 feet dim and 30 feet bright. And it can also be used to blind attackers as a reaction.
I didn't get to do my cool little trick though.
So it still maintains its +1, but in addition to the
Yeah,
light
it's
effect.
It's the light of Eldeath.
Praise be!
Praise be to Eldeath.
Everybody gets radiant and blinding weapons because we're going with the light of Eldeath angle from now on.
So Hawks already has at least the Bloodfang javelins covering his need for magic weapons. So it's not urgent for him to get that.
Although,
I will take an upgrade to my sword.
I'll use the other one on something else then.
Alright, just writing down my own personal notes that. So yes, you Savage sent out feelers to buy magic items. Canuck found a piece of the fallen ship for salvage, and you guys have the scrying mirror now. Okay, cool. Exactly, Margrave, living that Eldeath life. All right, well, thank you so much for everyone who's been watching. I really appreciate it. And if you're still interested in what you've seen so far, tune in hopefully next week for more adventures for the Kobold crew. I'll be putting this up on my YouTube as well, just for archiving. Although I'll have to split this
The
up.
two.
I'll have to bring the two pieces of the stream together because for some reason we dropped off in the stream.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where we dropped off, so it'll be weird.
It was fairly early on.
It was fairly early, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But until next time, peace out. Have a good night.
Bye.
I have to switch and end the stream manually.